We want to speak today a little bit about the systematic theological foundations of apologetics. Many times people attempt to do apologetics entirely divorced from other theology. It's seen as an independent discipline, one that operates upon reason or philosophy rather than upon the foundation of Scripture. And that's not a very Christian way to approach the subject, because when we are defending the faith, we need to understand not only what the faith is, and that's only found in Scripture, but also how Scripture teaches us and tells us to defend the faith. So we want to do a brief series on the theological foundations behind a Reformed and a covenantal apologetic. The first foundation we need to understand, quite simply, is called the creator-creature distinction. This distinction is important because it condenses the teaching and it brings across the very plain message that God is God and we are not, that we are His creatures. God exists in Himself. He's independent. Westminster Shorter Catechism Question and Answer 4 says that God is a spirit. He is infinite, eternal, and unchangeable in His being, wisdom, power, holiness, justice, goodness, and truth. Creatures, on the other hand, are not like that. We are dependent. We do not exist in ourselves. We do not have life and existence and being by virtue of our own power. Rather, we are created in the image of God, and we are always dependent upon Him. We do not share in the same being, but yet we are analogous, meaning that we relate to God as His image, not as the original. So the first big point we need to understand in apologetics is that there is a distinction between the Creator and the creature, and we should never blur that. So as we approach the subject of defending the faith, we need to understand that God exists in Himself. He's independent, that He's simple, that He's sovereign, that He's the Lord over all, because He has created those who reflect His image, those who are not God. Therefore, we cannot serve as ultimate judges or arbiters. We cannot serve as a mind who can stand above God and decide what is right and wrong and what coheres and what doesn't. So that's the first lesson, a creator-creature distinction.